The first law of power is simple but crucial: never surpass the master. This law underlines the importance of never eclipsing those above you in the hierarchy. Take the example of Nicolas Fouquet, whose ostentation drew the wrath of King Louis XIV. His attempt to impress the king cost him dearly, leading to his imprisonment. Today, this means respecting the ideas of your superiors and avoiding attracting too much attention. Subtly compliment your superiors and give them credit for your ideas. By following this law, you gain trust and avoid potential conflicts. Never outmaneuver the master, and navigate power dynamics carefully. The second law of power warns us: don't trust your friends, use your enemies. Friends can become complacent and betray out of jealousy or comfort. Enemies, once converted, are often more loyal because they have more to prove. Roosevelt appointed his former rival Henry Stimson as Secretary of War, turning a critic into a strategic ally. By using Stimson's skills and influence, Roosevelt strengthened national unity during a critical period. In a modern context, this means exploiting the unique skills your opponents have to offer. Turn rivalries into strategic alliances to maximize your influence. By using your enemies, you can turn competition into a valuable asset. The third law of power is crucial: conceal your intentions to better manipulate. Concealing your goals helps to avoid resistance and surprise your opponents. Napoleon Bonaparte often used trickery to deceive his military enemies. These tactics led to decisive victories on the battlefield. In the modern world, this means not revealing your plans until they are ready. Use diversions and red herrings to divert attention. By concealing your intentions, you maintain an advantage over your competitors. Concealing your intentions is a key strategy for navigating the world of power. The fourth law of power is simple: always say less than necessary. By speaking less, you avoid revealing unnecessary or compromising information. Louis XIV used silence to create an air of mystery and reinforce his authority. This strategic silence allowed him to avoid unnecessary debate and dispute. This means being concise in meetings to show your assertiveness. Use chosen words to influence without revealing your true intentions. The less you talk, the more you control how others perceive you. By saying less than necessary, you maintain power and authority in your interactions. The fifth law of power emphasizes this: guard your reputation like the apple of your eye. Reputation is the cornerstone of power, allowing you to intimidate and win. Consider Julius Caesar, whose reputation as an invincible general was often enough to deter his enemies. Once damaged, a reputation is difficult to repair and leaves you vulnerable. In the modern world, monitor your online image and respond quickly to criticism. Thwart potential attacks before they happen to protect your image. Use gaps in your rivals' reputations to strengthen your own position. Protecting your reputation is essential to maintaining power and authority in all your interactions. The sixth law of power is clear: attract attention at all costs to stand out. In a world where everything is judged by appearances, it is crucial to stand out. Phineas Taylor Barnum used scandal and mystery to draw crowds to his shows. By cultivating an air of mystery, you become captivating and unforgettable. Today, that means using social media to create an intriguing image. Be outrageous or mysterious to attract attention, whether positive or negative. By constantly attracting attention, you maintain control and influence perceptions. Attracting attention is essential to navigating the world of power and leaving a lasting mark.
The seventh law of power is strategic. Leave the work to others, but reap the credit. By delegating, you save time and project an image of efficiency and diligence. Thomas Edison, often credited for his inventions, relied on a network of talented assistants. With this strategy, Edison was able to file over 1,000 patents without burning out. Today, this means using the talents of your team to maximize your impact. Identify the strengths of others and delegate tasks accordingly to optimize results. By reaping the credit, you strengthen your reputation while motivating your team. Leave the work to others, but reap the credit to effectively navigate the world of power. The 8th law of power: force the opponent to fight on your own turf. By controlling the terrain, you maintain the initiative and put the opponent on the defensive. Napoleon used this strategy at Austerlitz, luring his enemies into a well-prepared trap. By choosing the location and timing, you can influence the outcome of the conflict. In business, this means negotiating in environments where you are strong. Use bait to lure your opponents to where you are most prepared. By maintaining control, you can anticipate and counter opponents' moves effectively. Force your opponents to fight on your turf to maximize your chances of success. The 9th law of power is clear. Win by your actions, not by your words. Actions speak louder than words, and avoid the resentment that comes with speeches. Mahatma Gandhi used civil disobedience to prove his resolve without saying a word. His actions had a lasting impact, leading to India's independence. In the modern world, this means proving your worth through concrete results. Led by example rather than preach, let your accomplishments speak for you. By taking action, you earn respect and avoid unnecessary conflict. Win by your actions for lasting and respected power. The 10th law of power is crucial. Avoid the contagion of misfortune and misfortune. Moods are contagious. Associating with negative people can be detrimental to your own success. Louis XV avoided disgraced courtiers so as not to be associated with their misfortune. By choosing positive company, you enhance your reputation and influence. In the modern world, this means avoiding business partners with negative histories. Identify those who attract trouble and distance yourself to protect your future. By surrounding yourself with winners, you increase your chances of success and happiness. Escaping the contagion of unhappiness is essential to maintaining a positive attitude and success. The 11th law of power is essential. Make yourself indispensable to maintain your independence. The more others rely on you, the freer and more powerful you are. Make sure they never know enough to fend for themselves. Machiavelli advised leaders to make themselves indispensable to maintain power. By being indispensable, you secure your position and influence decisions. In the workplace, develop unique skills that no one else has. By being crucial to the success of others, you increase your value and security. Make yourself indispensable to ensure your independence and strengthen your power. The 12th law of power is subtle. Be disarmingly honest and generous. One honest act can make up for many misdeeds by lowering others' guard. Use honesty wisely to find the chink in the armor of others. The Trojan horse is a classic example of a generous gift hiding a strategy. These gestures can disarm even the most suspicious, opening the door to influence. In business, a generous gesture can build lasting and strategic relationships. Once trust is earned, you can manipulate situations to your advantage. Be honest and generous to disarm your opponents and strengthen your power. The 13th law of power is strategic. Focus on self-interest, never pity. People are more likely to help if it serves their own interests. Recalling favors can generate resentment rather than gratitude. Benjamin Franklin turned opponents into allies by flattering their egos with clever requests. By focusing on self-interest, you gain more enthusiastic and lasting support. In business, structure your proposals to clearly show the benefits to the other party. By aligning your goals with those of others, you create strong and lasting alliances. Focus on self-interest to effectively navigate the world of power and get what you want. The 14th law of power is subtle. Be a false friend and a true spy. Knowing others' secrets gives you an invaluable strategic advantage. Present yourself as friendly to gain trust and gain access to confidential information. Spies have historically used this method to infiltrate influential circles. By doing so, you can manipulate situations to your advantage without arousing suspicion. In the modern world, this means gathering key information to better negotiate and influence. Use this information to anticipate the movements and motivations of others. Be a false friend and a true spy to skillfully navigate the world of power. The 15th law of power is decisive. Crush the enemy completely to avoid revenge. A partially defeated enemy can come back stronger and seek revenge. Make sure the enemy can never recover or retaliate. Alexander the Great completely destroyed enemy cities to prevent future resistance. This approach ensures long-term security and stability. In business, eliminate competitors to secure your market position. Use spectacular actions to deter others from challenging you. Crushing the enemy completely ensures your dominance and eliminates any future threat. The 16th law of power is strategic. Make yourself desired by cultivating scarcity. Anything that is rare is expensive. The less accessible you are, the more valuable you are. Practice absence to create a sense of lack and increase your value. The artist Banksy uses scarcity to increase the appeal and value of his works. By being less present, you attract more attention and arouse admiration. In business, be selective in your appearances to enhance your image. Use this strategy to control the dynamics of relationships to your advantage. Make yourself desired to increase your power and influence in all your interactions. The 17th law of power is strategic. Be unpredictable to destabilize your opponents. Unpredictability disrupts people's habits and makes it difficult for them to predict your actions. By changing your behavior frequently, you create a sense of uncertainty. Emperor Caligula used unpredictability to maintain his power and intimidate. This strategy can intimidate your opponents and strengthen your authority. In the business world, surprise your competitors with unexpected strategies. By remaining unpredictable, you maintain control of situations and perceptions. Be unpredictable to effectively navigate the world of power and maintain the advantage. The 18th law of power is crucial. Do not remain in your ivory tower. Isolation deprives you of vital information and leaves you vulnerable to attack. By mingling with others, you can build alliances and gain valuable information. Isolated leaders have often lost touch with their people and been overthrown. By staying engaged, you can anticipate changes and influence events. In the business world, use social media to stay informed and connected. Diversity of contacts acts as a security network, protecting your position. Don't stay in your ivory tower to maintain your power and influence. The 19th law of power is essential. Don't step on just anyone's toes. Some individuals, once offended, can become bitter enemies. Carefully evaluate who you can offend without risking retaliation. Ignoring this caution has led to prolonged and destructive conflicts throughout history. By choosing your opponents carefully, you avoid negative repercussions. In the professional world, identify those whose influence could harm you. By understanding social dynamics, you can navigate more skillfully. Don't step on just anyone's toes to maintain your power and avoid unnecessary conflict. The 20th law of power is strategic. Don't take sides to maintain your independence. By remaining neutral, you avoid alienating groups and maintain your freedom of action. Be your own cause to manipulate rival factions to your advantage. Cardinal Richelieu manipulated factions to strengthen his power without directly engaging. This approach allows you to profit from conflict without suffering its consequences. In the professional world, remain impartial to maximize your opportunities. By playing a mediator role, you gain respect and influence over all parties. Do not take sides to maintain your power and skillfully navigate social dynamics. The 21st law of power is clever. Fool and a half, make others believe they are smarter. By flattering the ego of others, you defuse their suspicion and gain their trust. Make your targets believe they are smarter to better manipulate them. Francis I used this technique to gain political advantages over his rivals. By letting them believe they have the advantage, you can advance your own agendas. In the professional world, use this strategy to influence without arousing suspicion. By playing on the vanity of others, you maintain control without direct confrontation. Use this law to skillfully navigate social and political dynamics. The 22nd law of power is strategic. Capitulate in time to preserve your strength. Capitulation is not a weakness, but a strategy to buy time. By withdrawing, you deprive your opponent of the satisfaction of a complete victory. Napoleon used strategic withdrawal to regroup and come back stronger. This approach allows you to replenish your health and bide your time. In business, knowing when to back down can protect your resources for the future. By surrendering in time, you can prepare a strategic comeback when the opponent weakens. Surrender in time to maintain your power and plan your next move. The 23rd law of power is essential. Focus your strengths to maximize your results. Concentrating your efforts on a specific goal saves energy and resources. Intensive always trumps extensive. It is better to exploit a rich and deep vein. John D. Rockefeller concentrated his efforts on refining oil, building a colossal empire. By concentrating your strengths, you increase your impact and consolidate your power. In business, focus on a niche or key area to dominate the market. Find a reliable source of power or opportunity and exploit it fully. Concentrate your strengths to achieve your goals efficiently and build lasting success. The 24th law of power is crucial. Be a model courtier to thrive in the circles of power. The courtier operates in a world centered on power and political gamesmanship, where every gesture counts. Master the art of subtle flattery to gain the favor of the powerful without appearing obsequious. Know how to humble yourself before the great while maintaining your dignity and influence. Exercise your power over others in a courteous and discreet manner, without ever appearing threatening. Learn and apply the unwritten rules of the court to skillfully navigate this complex world. By mastering the art of the courtier, your rise in the spheres of power will be limitless. Being a model courtier is a subtle art that, when mastered, opens the doors to power and influence. The 25th law of power is transformative. Shed your skin to captivate and influence. Don't let yourself be trapped in the stereotypes that society imposes on you. Forge a new identity that attracts attention and never tires. David Bowie regularly changed his image to stay relevant and influential. Perform spectacular acts to enhance your power and stature. Be the master of your image. Don't let others define it for you. By shedding your skin, you escape expectations and gain influence. Shed your skin to captivate your audience and strengthen your power in the world. The 26th law of power is crucial. Keep your hands clean to preserve your reputation. Be a model of probity and civic-mindedness. Never stoop to any blunder. Use scapegoats to accomplish delicate tasks and avoid blame. Machiavelli advised leaders to delegate controversial actions to remain irreproachable. By remaining above suspicion, you reinforce your authority and power. In the professional world, delegate risky tasks to protect your image. By keeping your hands clean, you maintain the trust and respect of others. Keep your hands clean to navigate the world of power effectively and maintain an impeccable image. The 27th law of power is captivating. Create a mystique to attract and influence. Human beings have an overwhelming need to believe in something. Become the epicenter of that desire by offering a cause or faith to follow. Use vague but promising words to generate enthusiasm. Give your followers rituals to perform and ask them to make sacrifices. Charismatic leaders have used these techniques to create powerful movements. By creating a mystique, you build lasting and captivating power. Create a mystique to captivate your audience and increase your influence in the world. The 28th law of power is bold. Be bold to inspire and succeed. Boldness inspires admiration. No one honors the timid or hesitant. If you doubt the outcome, refrain. But if you act, do it boldly. Alexander the Great used audacity to conquer empires and leave an indelible mark. Bold mistakes are often corrected by even more audacity. In business, dare to take calculated risks to get ahead of your competitors. Audacity sets you apart and puts you in a strong position in negotiations. Use audacity to navigate the world of power effectively and achieve your goals. The 29th law of power is strategic. Follow a precise plan to the end to ensure success. The outcome is crucial. Plan every step leading to your goal. Anticipate obstacles and consequences to avoid surprises. Napoleon Bonaparte illustrates the importance of strategic planning in his campaigns. Guide luck with a long-term vision to put all odds on your side. In the professional world, plan each step to achieve your goals with precision. By following a precise plan, you remain in control of the situation and know when to stop. Follow a precise plan to the end to navigate the world of power effectively and achieve your goals. The 30th law of power is subtle. Never appear to force to inspire confidence. Your actions must appear natural and executed with ease to avoid doubts. Hide the sweat and blood that they cost you. only show the ease. Fred Astaire made his complex performances seem effortless, captivating his audiences. By acting flexibly, you give the impression that you can do much more. In the professional world, perform your tasks with apparent ease to impress. Keep your tricks secret to avoid them being used against you. Never appear to force to navigate the world of power effectively and inspire confidence. The 31st law of power is strategic. Offer the choice between Scylla and Charybdis to maintain control. The best deceptions make the victim appear in control. Offer alternatives that serve your purposes, no matter which choice is made. In Greek mythology, choosing between Scylla and Charybdis means facing two dangers. Leaders have used this strategy to influence without direct confrontation. By controlling the options, you subtly guide decisions in your favor. In business, structure choices to steer decisions toward your goals. Offer the choice between Scylla and Charybdis to skillfully manipulate and achieve your goals. The 32nd law of power is enchanting. Touch the imagination to captivate and influence. People flee from unpleasant truth. Offer them stories that enchant and inspire. Beautify reality to become an oasis in the desert of everyday life. Figures like Edward Bernays use compelling narratives to influence the masses. By touching the imagination, you distract from unpleasant truths. In marketing, use engaging narratives to captivate your audience and strengthen your brand. Tap into the human desire for great stories to build your influence. Touch the imagination to effectively navigate the world of power and inspire those around you. The 33rd law of power is crucial. Find the Achilles heel to exploit your opponent's weaknesses. Everyone has a weakness, an insecurity, a need, or an uncontrollable emotion. Observe carefully to identify the flaw in the other person's personality or strategy. Napoleon exploited his enemy's strategic and psychological weaknesses to outsmart them. By targeting these weaknesses, you can effectively influence or neutralize your opponents. In business, identify needs or insecurities to negotiate to your advantage. Exploiting the Achilles heel provides subtle but powerful control in any interaction. Find the Achilles heel to effectively navigate the world of power and achieve your goals. The 34th law of power is essential. Be regal to inspire respect and reinforce your authority. The treatment you receive reflects the attitude you adopt toward yourself. Banality and vulgarity inspire no respect. Adopt a dignified and elegant posture. Louis XIV, the Sun King, cultivated a royal image to establish his authority and inspire admiration. By appearing regal and confident, you will appear worthy of wearing the crown. In business or social life, adopt a confident attitude to gain the respect of others. A regal posture naturally commands respect without direct confrontation. Be regal in your attitude to effectively navigate the world of power and inspire those around you. The 35th law of power is essential. Master time to act at the perfect moment. Never rush. Patience shows your composure and your mastery of events. Waiting for the right moment allows you to maximize the impact of your actions and avoid mistakes. Elon Musk delays his ambitious projects to align innovation and strategic opportunities. Mastering time allows you to guide events in your favor and avoid impulsive decisions. In your daily life, wait for the right moment to make important decisions, such as changing careers or investing. By remaining patient, you strike when conditions are optimal and your chances are maximized. Master time to navigate your personal projects efficiently and achieve your goals with precision. The 36th law of power is subtle. Despise setbacks to preserve your energy and your authority. By obsessing over a minor problem, you give it an importance it does not deserve. Treat with contempt what is of no real importance or beyond your control. Jeff Bezos ignored criticism of Amazon to focus on his long-term strategic vision. The less interest you show in distractions, the more superior and focused you appear. In your daily life, ignore unnecessary negative comments to stay focused on your goals. By disregarding your annoyances, you avoid unnecessary distractions and strengthen your position. Disregard annoyances to effectively navigate your personal projects and preserve your energy for what really matters. The 37th law of power is visual. Use visuals to create an aura of power. Striking images and symbolic gestures deeply touch the imagination. Stage yourself with impressive symbols that magnify your presence. Steve Jobs used captivating visual presentations to launch Apple products. Dazzled by appearances, no one will pay attention to what you actually do. In marketing, use strong visuals to captivate your audience and reinforce your brand. Visual symbols reinforce your influence and distract from the details. Use visuals to captivate those around you. The 38th law of power is subtle. Think freely, but speak soberly to avoid unnecessary conflict. Expressing ideas that go against the grain can provoke hostility and give the impression that you look down on others. Blending in while cultivating your ideas in private protects you from unnecessary criticism. Mark Zuckerberg, despite his innovative ideas, has often taken a cautious approach in public communication. By speaking soberly, you avoid unnecessary conflicts and maintain control over your public image. In your daily life, share your original opinions only with people you trust. This approach allows you to subtly influence without the risk of offending or attracting negative attention. Think freely, but speak soberly to effectively navigate the world of power and preserve your relationships. The 39th law of power is strategic. Exasperate the enemy to force him to make a mistake. Anger is a weakness. It clouds judgment and leads to impulsive decisions. Stay calm and find your opponent's emotional weakness to push him to react. Jeff Bezos has often disrupted his competitors with unexpected innovations, forcing them to react hastily. By staying in control of your emotions, you gain a decisive advantage over an unbalanced opponent. In your daily life, remain calm in the face of provocations and use subtle words to destabilize your opponents. Provoking without losing your cool allows you to stay in control and lead the situation. Exasperate the enemy to navigate the world of power effectively and turn his anger to your advantage. The 40th law of power is clear. Do not hesitate to pay the price to preserve your independence. What is free often hides traps or obligations. Nothing is truly free. Paying the right price shows your discernment and frees you from hidden dependencies. Bernard Arnault invests without compromise in luxury, guaranteeing excellence and prestige for LVMH. Paying the right price reinforces your image of independence and attracts respect and trust. In your daily life, avoid excessive discounts on what really matters, such as education or health. Being generous with discernment attracts good opportunities and strengthens your influence. Do not hesitate to pay the price to navigate effectively in the world of power and preserve your freedom. The 41st law of power is clear. Do not succeed anyone to avoid remaining in the shadows. The first to arrive always seems more original and brilliant than the one who follows. Break with the past and assert your own identity to stand out. After Steve Jobs, Apple executives had to innovate to assert themselves, as with the Apple Watch. By radically changing direction, you establish your power on your own merits. In your professional life, avoid copying your predecessors and bring your own vision. Asserting your unique identity allows you to shine without unfavorable comparison. Do not succeed anyone to navigate effectively in the world of power and create your own legacy. The 42nd law of power is decisive. Eliminate the agitator to restore order in a group. A troublemaker can destabilize an entire group by his negative influence. Do not try to negotiate with an agitator. Isolate or exclude him to protect the group. Abraham Lincoln was able to remove divisive figures to preserve unity during the American Civil War. By eliminating the agitator, you restore stability and regain control of the group. In your professional life, identify and manage disruptive colleagues to maintain good momentum. Symbolically eradicating the source of the problem strengthens your authority and inspires confidence. Eliminate the agitator to effectively navigate the world of power and ensure the cohesion of your teams. The 43rd law of power is subtle. Speak to hearts and minds to seduce rather than coerce. Pure coercion can create resistance and resentment, weakening your influence. Seduce by understanding the desires and weaknesses of others to subtly influence their choices. Nelson Mandela touched the hearts of South Africans by advocating reconciliation and unity after apartheid. Tailor your speech to what people cherish or fear most to better influence them. In your daily life, inspire your colleagues or friends by valuing their needs and dreams. By speaking to hearts and minds, you transform your interlocutors into devoted allies. Speak to hearts and minds to navigate the world of power effectively and gain support without resistance. The 44th law of power is strategic. Mimic the enemy to destabilize him and gain the advantage. Mimicry acts like a mirror. It reflects your opponent's actions to exasperate and mislead him. By mimicking his actions or words, you expose his flaws and force him to lose his cool. Zhuge Liang and Sima Yi, rival strategists of the Three Kingdoms, used mimicry to thwart each other's plans. Mimicry disarms your opponent by forcing him to confront his own image and contradictions. In your daily life, calmly imitate aggressive behavior to defuse a conflict situation. By mimicking the enemy, you maintain control while forcing him to reveal himself or make mistakes. Mimicking the enemy can effectively navigate the world of power and weaponize his behavior against himself. The 45th law of power is subtle. Call for change, not revolution, to avoid resistance. Gradual change is more effective and less risky than abrupt revolution that can be traumatizing. Show respect for existing traditions while introducing slight improvements. Augustus transformed the Roman Republic into an empire while preserving the appearance of republican institutions. Present changes as improvements on the past rather than radical departures. In your professional life, introduce new ideas gradually to avoid upsetting your colleagues. By calling for gradual change, you gain buy-in and avoid resistance to change. Call for change, not revolution, to effectively navigate the world of power and ensure smooth transitions. The 46th law of power is clear. Don't be too perfect to avoid jealousy and hostility. Being perceived as perfect can provoke jealousy and create silent enemies around you. Purposely show some flaws or weaknesses to appear more human and approachable. Donald Trump has often used his provocations and clumsiness to appear more authentic and close to his electorate. By showing some imperfections, you defuse envy and strengthen your social relationships. In your professional life, sometimes admit small mistakes to create a connection with your colleagues. By showing yourself to be imperfect, you gain the trust and affection of others, strengthening your influence. Don't be too perfect to effectively navigate the world of power and cultivate authentic relationships. The 47th law of power is essential. Know when to stop to prevent success from becoming your worst enemy. The moment of victory is the most perilous. Overconfidence can push you to exceed your limits. Set yourself a clear goal and stop once it is reached to avoid unnecessary mistakes. Napoleon, after conquering Europe, lost everything by invading Russia, exceeding his strategic limits. Knowing when to stop at the right time protects your gains and avoids turning your allies into enemies. In your professional life, do not always seek more. Consolidate your successes before aiming higher. By controlling your ambitions, you inspire respect and confidence while avoiding unnecessary risks. Know when to stop to navigate effectively in the world of power and preserve your victories without excess. The 48th and final law of power is essential. Be fluid and elusive to remain unpredictable and invincible. Rigidity makes you vulnerable. A fixed plan is easily anticipated by your adversaries. Being fluid is adapting to any situation, like water that takes on all shapes and forms. Bruce Lee embodied this philosophy when he said, "Be like water," illustrating the importance of being adaptable. Never stick to one method or strategy. Constantly adapt to circumstances. In your professional life, remain flexible in the face of change to always stay one step ahead. Fluidity makes you elusive and unpredictable, disarming your opponents and strengthening your position. Be fluid to navigate the world of power effectively and triumph in any situation. Thank you for following this fascinating exploration of the laws of power to the end. Continue to learn, grow, and develop. Power is not a destination, it is a journey.